Beneficiaries of the Niger Delta Development Commission scholarship in the UK have once again taken to the streets to protest the non-payment of their tuition fees. Now, this comes as the Senate is set to investigate fresh allegations of fraud and mismanagement of funds by the Interim Management Committee of the NDDC. The students say their situation is dire as they can no longer afford to feed themselves. They say they now beg for food to sustain themselves. There are reports that the acting managing director, Keme Ponde, will appear before the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions to respond to the allegations. Chairman of the Senate Committee, Ayo Akinyelure, says Mr. Ponde will also be made to answer questions about the alleged fraudulent award of contracts to members of the National Assembly. And public affairs analyst Ken Okolubo joins me now to discuss this and other issues surrounding the NDDC probe. Good to have you join us, Ken Okolubo. Now, let's start by getting your reaction to the latest allegations of fraud or mismanagement of funds by the Senate.
Well, it's not surprising because some of us have said it times without number that the Interim Management Committee has been one that has been quoted in fraud. And not only has it been quoted in fraud, it has been a case of where they have not cared for especially for those that they have awarded scholarships in the United Kingdom. Take, for example, they gave a 500,000 naira grant and they promised a $30,000 takeoff in tuition fees and in their school fees. And for those that even started in October, for example, one of the students, Awile, who is from Delta State, got her scholarship in October 2019 when the IMC came on board. She's now stranded in the United Kingdom. There's so many of them. Look, when a lawyer who is reading his master's in law had to sell his cars, sold most of his personal belongings to go to the UK, is also stranded. What are we saying here? The negative publicity that the IMC has given to the government of President Buhari, especially in the international community, should be one that should cause a lot of worry. Taking into consideration that they spent 1.4 billion of part of the 6.25 billion that the president released in palliatives to take care of themselves, like the managing director said. You must also be aware that there's been a recent petition to the Senate where it was clearly stated by Jack Rich, the chairman of the palliatives distribution committee, who said that what was distributed was a far cry from what was provided by the government and that he was sidelined. So if the commission can sideline his own chairman of palliative distribution committee, that gives you a lot, to think about those who are manning this commission at the moment.
Let's talk about the students in the UK and just generally overseas who are studying based on the scholarship from NDDC. We did hear from the acting managing director of the NDDC, Keme Ponde, while he was testifying before the House Committee on Niger Delta, NDDC rather. He said that the scholarship will be paid that week. But if we're still hearing students complaining, it means that nothing has been done. So what can be done at this point?
You see, the IMC is not determined to pay the scholarship of the students. They are only determined to cover up their tracks for most of the funds that have been mismanaged and most of the funds that have been found to have been frittered away. So what can be done at this point is for the president to please listen to the cries of the people from the Niger Delta and immediately dissolve the IMC and set in process inauguration of a substantive board who will take the bull by the horn and immediately start implementing the programs of the NDDC as enshrined in the NDDC Act. It's not something he should, when he extended their stay in May this year, it was the stroke of the pen, and he also gave them a backdated award of 6.25 billion in terms of the COVID-19 palliatives. He can do the same thing by immediately dissolving the IMC and set in motion inaugurating the board. And when he does that, the cries of the students would have been solved, because first and foremost, what I expect the board to do is to immediately set in motion the payment of these tuitions. I have a sister, for example, in Bath. She's not on NDDC scholarship, but I know what she's going through. Talk less of those who are, she's been there for about 3 years. Talk less of those who have just gotten into the university system in the UK. What they do is that they deregister you, they take you off the university portals where you cannot pay your tuition. And that will mean that they will write the Home Office and you will be denied the visa that you have been granted. And most of them are going to face deportation.
All right. Public Affairs Analyst Ken Okolugbo, thanks for talking to us.